Thank you, farmers, for choosing to get your knowledge and your livestock feed from Agri-Milling Stockfeeds, and afford me this opportunity to thank our sponsors and recognize their efforts in contributing to the livestock community of Zimbabwe through establishing this esteemed platform where day in, day out we are giving in tips as well as how to use the feed that they are manufacturing at their premises, where you get all your livestock feed, a range of livestock feed, either poultry, piggery, cattle, dairy, pen fattening. You are all catered for at Agri-Milling Stockfeeds, where you get your ultimate quality feed. In this edition, I am joined by Virginia, the technical support with Agri-Milling Stockfeeds, and this episode is going to be centered on feed conversions, the ratios, which are very critical when you are feeding your broilers, because the core and the anchor of the business is to feed your broilers and then get them to the market timelessly so that you get your return on every dollar invested. Virginia, we are here in this edition looking at feed conversion ratios. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Adzenai.
Yes. How do you calculate the feed conversion ratios, dubbed FCR? And with regards to that, I want us to look at broiler performance. What is it and how is it done or measured?
Okay, when we are talking of feed conversion ratio, maybe in layman's language, is just converting the feed that you are giving to your birds into meat. That's what we say feed. That's what we call feed conversion ratio. For a lot of people, they might be confused. Maybe it's something that is too complicated, but it's just the feed that you are giving every day turning into meat. So to calculate feed conversion ratio is just you just weigh your birds, the weight of your birds divided by the feed that you have given to your birds. For example, we spoke about the starter, the three-phase starter. You have given your birds 500 grams of starter, and the weights that you are getting, or the weights for 7 days, it's 185 grams. So you just calculate the 500 grams by the weights that you gained on certain days. So that's how you calculate. So for someone to see if your birds are growing well, maybe at 6 weeks, you have given your birds 3.5 kgs of feed divided by the weights that you have attained, which is for 6 weeks we are talking of 2.5 kgs. Then you see the average or the feed conversion that we need, or it's around 1.5 to 1.6. Then that's how you can see your feed was properly turned into meat.
Okay.
So the range that one is supposed to be looking at is 1.5 to 1.6. Then you see each and every stage that you are checking on your birds. You see my birds are growing well. Every feed that I'm giving to my broilers is turned into meat, because that's the purpose of rearing broiler chickens. These are for meat purposes.
Now, Virginia, I would like to believe that when we are looking at the FCR, feed conversion ratios, the ability of that bird to metabolize or turn the feed that it is consuming into flesh, into development, this is strictly anchored on metabolism.
Yes.
As an advisor, as the technical support with Agri-Milling, are there any factors which you might want to highlight in today's episode? Something a farmer that can do physically to ensure that the metabolic processes for the bird. I know in episodes prior to this one, you spoke of water, clean water, monitoring, etc. Is there anything that you might want to emphasize on as a farmer which assists the bird during the metabolic processes? What would you want to highlight?
Okay, the first thing that I want farmers to practice is they must do what we call weekly weights.
Okay.
We have got what we call target weights for our broilers. Each and every week we are supposed to do weights. day 7, we are looking at 175 to 190 grams. At day 14, we are now looking at around 450 grams to 500 grams. At day 21, we are looking at up to 900 grams. Then at day 35, we are now looking at around 2.1 to 2.5 kgs. So for a farmer to see my birds are converting the feed.
There is efficiency.
There is efficiency, or to measure the feed conversion ratio. They are supposed to do the weekly weights.
Okay.
Every week they are supposed to do the weights so that you see your birds are growing. If they are behind the weights, then you need to correct. Now you look at your feeder, chick feeder ratio. You look at your environment, your bedding management. You look at your ventilation. Then if everything is okay, then you know your feed conversion will be okay as well.
Now, Virginia, as we round off this edition, indicators of good broiler performance. What are those indicators? How do you see? What indicates to say there is good broiler performance?
Okay, well, we can talk of uniformity. You see your birds, they will be uniform. You see the growth, like the weights, attaining your target weights. That's one thing. That's another indicator that you can see my birds are growing. And also the outlook of your
yes, physically, just by looking at them.
Physically, you can see these birds are growing now.
Okay, thank you so much, Virginia, for taking your time to speak on feed conversion ratios. We touched on broiler performance. What is it? How is it measured? The indicators of good broiler performance. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you very much, It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much, viewers, for tuning in to this week's edition, today's edition, where we're looking at these issues. They are pertinent if you are looking to invest in the broiler business. Allow me to thank our sponsors, those who have established this platform, this space for our livestock farmers here in Zimbabwe, to ensure that you are getting knowledge from the experts who have even established a laboratory within their premises. You are going to get properly tested feed, technical support and advice, accessories, equipment, farm visits, and an opportunity to share your story, your journey in efforts of inspiring those who are also looking to invest in the broiler business. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you are not left out in whenever we are dispatching or giving out this knowledge. Thank you for watching.